Hi guys, welcome to this lecture on how to use Logic Pro 10X. In this section, we'll be looking at snare rolls. So snare rolls is to fill in gaps, like every 1 bar or every 4 bars, just to fill in the gaps so it brings another instrument in, or I just want it to fill the gaps in so the drums can sound quite full. So, for example, if I went to Splice and I typed in roll, it brings out different snare rolls which you can use. For example, so that's more on the line that you would need to use. You need to use something like that just to fill in that sort of gaps. So it keeps your music just a bit more interesting. I've already got my own snare roll, so if I go here to my desktop and I drag in my snare roll, just gonna cut this. And now we need to do is bring this place. What we've got to do is just place the snare roll where you feel like, it sits well in the mix. So if we drag that right to the left and press play. See what I mean? So it's more of a skippy effects sort of feel to it. So it's like when you hear that, it's like, oh, it sounds really quite interesting. If you don't have that, sometimes it sounds a bit bland. But we won't bring it on every bar. We'll just put in some of the bars so it keeps your track more interesting. So, for example, I'm gonna put the snare roll onto the ninth. So if we highlight that and we drag that over, so we've got 16 bars. And what we can do is just probably bring that into the half. So it just plays half of the snare roll, and the snare roll will play the full one here on 13 on this section here. So let's have a listen to it. So yeah, it sounds so much better already. Just putting that snare roll in, it just give it a bit of more sound and more depth to the track. And also, once that hits with the bass and your synth pads, you just hear the whole sound of the drums coming together. One thing about house music, you have to make sure your drums are very tight. Make sure there's enough going on in there, because if you don't, it makes your music on the dance floor sound a bit boring, and you need to make your drums sound really full because it makes you want to dance. So you got people in festivals, they want to hear the big snares, big claps, and they want to hear effects coming in certain sections. Take out the effects, put more effects in, and later on I'll be showing you how to put effects in your tracks to make it sound interesting, to make it sound like it can be played on radio. So look out for that.